What's going on, guys? This is VinylicPuma, back with another Borderlands 2 video, and today I figure we could talk about the new leaked DLC for Borderlands 2 called Commander Lilith and the Fight for Sanctuary. Now, there's a good chance that you may already know about this DLC already, as it was leaked a couple days back, but just in case you don't, a Steam page was discovered for it on Wednesday that revealed a number of things, such as what appears to be an official Steam store header, at least 5 or so screenshots, along with a description of the DLC itself. Now, I'm not sure if I could showcase the screenshots and video since the Steam store page was pulled, so instead, I will link a Polygon article that goes over the DLC in the video's description, and with a little luck, you should be able to find some of the screenshots that I'll be discussing here. So, while I can't show any screenshots, something I think we can definitely talk about is the DLC's description, which supposedly read as follows. Return to the award-winning shooter-looter for a new adventure that sets the stage for the upcoming Borderlands 3. Sanctuary is under siege, the Vault's map has been stolen, and a toxic gas is poisoning Pandora. Fight new bosses, explore new zones, get new loot, including an entirely new tier beyond Legendary, and join up with Lilith and the Crimson Raiders to take on a deranged villain bent on ruling the planet. Returning players can pursue an increased level cap of 80, while newcomers can automatically boost to level 30 and dive straight into the action. There's also been some information suggesting this DLC will be free and that it will be announced or released on June 9th, which is when the very first E3 press conferences start. Given that Microsoft, Bethesda, and Devolver Digital are having their own press conferences that day, it seems most likely that the Commander Lilith DLC will get announced at the Microsoft conference as opposed to the other two. So we should be getting more info and more details about this DLC's launch info at that Microsoft press conference. Now, based on some of the screenshots that I can't show on video, I can confirm that this DLC does appear to be featuring Lilith, Brick, and Tiny Tina, and in terms of the Borderlands timeline, it will definitely be taking place after Tales from the Borderlands. This is because there is a screenshot that has a boss that looks a lot like Saturn that shows Elpis in the background, and from what I could see in the picture, the Hyperion moonbase is definitely not present in the night sky. In fact, some of the wreckage in this picture could be left over from the Hyperion moonbase crashing into Pandora, which happens during the events of Tales from the Borderlands. Also, and to further give you a bit more perspective on where this DLC fits within the Borderlands timeline, the screenshot of Tiny Tina is as she appears in Borderlands 2, as opposed to how she appeared in the Borderlands 3 reveal trailer. So, the huge time jump between both games has not occurred yet. Some of the other screenshots also appeared to reveal the use of the new Rainbow Rarity that got revealed and leaked a few months back when Borderlands 3 was first announced. Again, I can't show these screenshots, which sucks, but it does appear that Rainbow Rarity will definitely include some new weapons and possibly vehicle skins. When it comes to what the weapons look like, there's a screenshot showcasing Salvador dual-wielding what appears to be two pinkish color weapons, with one looking like a TDR SMG and the other looking like what appears to be a Torg E-Tech shotgun. Both of these weapons do appear to have melee attachments, which is interesting. However, I have no idea what abilities these particular weapons would have beyond maybe some kind of melee damage bonus. My guess is that these are in fact new unique style weapons in the veins of what we've seen with Legendaries, Pearlescence, and Rainbow Rarity Gear in previous DLCs. The Torg shotgun in particular sports an E-Tech barrel, which isn't really featured on any Torg shotguns that are non-unique, but does appear on the Sword Explosion, which is a unique E-Tech weapon that got featured with the Dragon Keep DLC. So perhaps there is a new unique Rainbow Rarity weapon for each weapon type, and we've only seen the shotgun and SMG for now. And maybe we'll end up seeing the assault rifle, grenade mod, sniper rifle, pistol, rocket launcher, and maybe a shield once the DLC is finally out. As I stated in one of my older videos, my thinking is that these new Rainbow Rarity weapons will likely be similar to the newly added Legendaries we got in Borderlands 1 Remastered, in that they possess superior stats to most regular weapons you can find in-game, but don't necessarily have the super amazing or unique projectile effects that a lot of Borderlands guns are known for. So I don't think you're going to get anything that's as innovative as something that you might see on like the Becca or the conference call, but I do think you may see something where the melee attachments that appear on these Rainbow Rarity weapons have a superior bonus and don't have the penalties that the rapier has. But that's just a guess. Now, before I go here, there is one more thing I'd like to talk about or speculate about, which mainly revolves around the new level cap of 80. On the one hand, the new level cap is a big deal, while on the other hand, I don't think it will affect the endgame for Borderlands 2 all that much. Skill point wise, and assuming you reach level 80, this would provide an additional 8 skill points to the current level 72 cap. This is ultimately 75 skill points in total, which is not enough skill points to max out each of the 3 trees on a given character to receive all 3 of the character's capstones. In order to do that, that would require 78 skill points, as each tree in Borderlands 2 requires 26 skill points to fully max it out. Unless Gearbox has changed this to be more like Borderlands the pre-sequel, where you have 22 skill point capstones, then you're not really going to see a lot of change between your level 72 builds from before and the revised versions for the new level 80 cap. Even still, the increased number of skill points will definitely be useful on pretty much every character. As an extant player myself that usually puts together builds like this, an additional 8 skill points would allow me to max out Resourceful, completing Survival Tier 4, and then allow me to put at least a few points into Grit. So while the new level cap I don't think will totally revolutionize your build, it will still be a really good and nice update to have. And who knows, maybe Gearbox has something up their sleeve that will allow us to get all 3 capstones in Borderlands 2 at once, which would be pretty cool. What will be interesting to know though is how OP levels will be handled after this update. On the one hand, current OP8 gear is the equivalent of level 80 items, so will all of that existing gear just be turned into level 80 gear, or will it be converted into level 80 OP8 gear, which should be the equivalent of level 88 items? My hope, and if I had to take a guess, is that OP levels will work as they did before, and whatever gear you had will probably just scale up to its level 88 equivalent. It would be a shame if you had to replay through Digistruct Peak again just to get the OP levels that you got before, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see until the DLC comes out. One thing I think we definitely can say is that if the OP levels just got added on top of level 80, that could potentially make Endgame harder than it was before. Instead of dealing with level 80 enemies at level 72, we're now dealing with level 88 enemies at level 80, which should have even more health and be able to also deal more damage. So I guess if you're into timed Digistruct Peak runs or timed raid boss kills, it may actually be more difficult than before with the extra enemy health. I guess we'll see, but as I've probably said a million times throughout this video already, we'll definitely know a lot more about all of this stuff when the DLC gets its official announcement. Otherwise, guys, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on this Commander Lilith DLC. Let me know what you think of the DLC in the comment section below, and be sure to smash like on this video for a free time machine and a free brochure to Planet X. As always, guys, thank you all so much for supporting this channel. Take care, and I guess we'll just let this video run out to that 10-minute mark. So be sure to stick around for a special and important message.